Every joke contains a surprise. Whether it's on TikTok or on a stand-up set or it's in a commercial, you have to have some element of surprise. That's the main ingredient and probably the only really necessary ingredient. Not every surprise is funny, unfortunately. One of the most common joke formats that you'll see across every kind of entertainment or advertising is escalation, where we step by step increase absurdity until we hopefully get a laugh. So take this example from Scary Movie. So Sydney is running away from the killer. She takes a vase and throws it at him. That's normal, grounded in reality. Then she grabs a bicycle. It's a little weirder because why is there a bicycle in the middle of the stairwell? And then finally, she throws down her beloved grandmother, which is absurd because hopefully you would not throw your beloved granny at a murderous killer. So we laugh. Why? Not just because we don't care about old people in this country, but because that's perfect joke structure. You begin with something grounded in reality, so let's say a 1 out of 10 on the absurdity scale, and then you move into something that's maybe 4 out of 10, the bicycle, and then finally you end on a 10 out of 10 in absurdity. Now let's take this example from advertising, from this direct TV spot. We start with something totally not absurd, someone just getting frustrated. Then that frustration goes up in absurdity. Your kid ends up getting frustrated and mad, then she starts hanging out with undesirables, then she marries an undesirable, then she gives birth, and now you have a kid that's wearing a dog collar. Notice that in that world, you never had to get supernatural or fantastical or surreal. You can make a 10 out of 10 escalation without going too crazy. Here's some tips. When you're working on your own escalation jokes, start with something rooted in reality so that your audience can catch on. Then come up with a bunch of different escalations that are like 3s, 4s, 5s, 6s, and just pick the ones that are funniest. You need to end on something that you would consider a 10 out of 10. Otherwise, your audience will just not laugh. The biggest mistake people make when they're doing escalation jokes is they end on a 5 or a 6, and that doesn't make the audience laugh. It doesn't make them smile either because no one smiles while they're watching ads. So go out there, be funny, because that's what you're getting paid to do. And if you can't convince someone why your escalation needs to get higher, show them this video. You probably won't change their minds, but at least you know that you fought for comedy.